today, Epic Games gave us the very final update of Chapter 4 Season 1 and added something very suspicious in the sky over the island. But first, YouTube just received a new update where whenever you hit the like button, it'll either turn red or blue. Smash that like button and let me know down below in the comments if you're Team Red or Team Blue. As we get closer and closer to the release of Chapter 4 Season 2, things are starting to heat up here on the Fortnite island, not just with the Rift Gate now being fully activated, but also an upcoming mini live event and so much more that we'll all be covering right here in this video. First, look how close we are to 4.36 million subscribers. We couldn't be any closer. It would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button and be my 4,360,000 subscriber. Last video, I asked you guys to name this emote, and there's a bunch of people on the screen right now who got it right. For this video, we have a new emote. If you know the name of this, make sure to leave it down below in the comments. But ladies and gentlemen, we've wasted too much time. We have an absolutely insane amount of stuff to cover. Let's hop into a game and let's get into it. Now, before we get to the mysterious crack in the sky that appeared today, first things first, the reason all this is happening is actually because of the Oathbound and the brand new Rift Gate that they've been working basically the entire season to construct that introduced someone into the Fortnite storyline known as the Rift Warden Stellan, who's basically been the one in charge of overseeing the construction of the Rift Gate, and even went on to mention and reveal that he's being watched by someone known as the Shapeless Man, who apparently needs the Rift Gate constructed in order to enter our Fortnite reality. But the Oathbound aren't the only ones using the new Rift Gate, because so is Amy, the AI that was actually created by the scientist who constructed herself a body to enter the Rift Gate and to go after him. But the questions still remain, like, who is the Shapeless Man? Will Amy be able to find the scientist? And what does this mean for the future of Fortnite? The good news is today we actually received all of those answers, and to start off, we actually need to make our way over to the Hall of Whispers so we can make contact with the Rift Warden Stellan. We'll go ahead and interact.
This Rift Gate could tear a permanent hole in reality. I long to tell the champion the truth of the Shapeless Man, but I cannot.
Ooh, so you know how the Rift Warden just said that he yearns to tell the champion the truth about the Shapeless Man. And obviously, we know that Ageless, aka the champion, isn't actually Geno, but instead a snapshot of him left to rule over the Oathbound Empire. While the Shapeless Man the Rift Warden has been talking about is actually the real version of Geno, which is likely why the Rift Warden is so hesitant to break the news to the champion, because imagine finding out that you're not actually the real version of yourself. But that is only the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen, and trust me when I say you haven't seen anything yet, because all we have to do is make our way inside of this giant mountain. We will find this little computer. We'll go up and interact with it. Now, this is very important. Pay attention to the screen. You see how it just has a couple of loading dots? Apparently, that's only happening because something is interfering with our calculations. All we need to do now is get 3 eliminations. Yes, we did it. Now all we need to do is return the laptop to get the official coordinates, meaning once again, all we need to do is return back to the center of that mountain and interact with the computer once again, which reveals the coordinates of a brand new reality known as reality 2138. There's a very high chance that this could actually be the reality where the Shapeless Man currently is located, but there's only one way to find out. We actually need to go and punch in the coordinates at the Rift Gate control terminal, which for some reason is located all the way at the edge of the map over here by Lonely Labs. And here we are at the Rift Gate terminal. So we'll go up and we'll punch in the coordinates.
I dream of stars, swallowed in darkness, and the Shapeless Man, waiting. Your refined kinetic ore returned him to me, but we will all suffer if we fail.
Now, it may sound weird that the Rift Warden is blaming all of this on the kinetic ore, since after all, they're just rocks laying around the Fortnite island, so how could they be that important? But trust me, it'll all make sense in a second, along with the new giant crack in the sky. First, we need to once again interact with our buddy, the Rift Warden.
The Shapeless Man's gaze burns into me. He does not care if opening the gate rends the island in two. Turn on the Rift Gate. If it is unstable, the stars will determine our fate.
Now things are getting excited, boys. We actually get to fully activate the Rift Gate for the very first time, and all we need to do in order to pull that off is once again make our way to the Rift Gate control room. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Let's open it.
The gate will not stabilize. I cannot Shut it off! Someone has manipulated the coordinates. Find our saboteur. Demand answers.
Now, taking a look at the rift gate right now, you're able to see that it's activated, but something is terribly wrong. But trust me, when I say the next part is only gonna make it even worse. Well, first things first, we're back inside of this giant mountain, and all we need to do is talk to this NPC known as Snowheart. I wish I had used your rift gate to summon endless waves of ice, but I did not. Be thankful for the cold and mercy of fate. No way. So apparently the Snowheart hijacked the rift gate's coordinates and even considered bringing in a giant wave of ice, which is pretty interesting. Snowheart isn't the only one who hijacked the rift gate, because another character did that we're on our way to talk to right now, actually being the Princess Fishstick. We'll talk to her. I would never ever sabotage the work of my dear champion, even though I do dearly wish to see my kingdom again.
The energy of the rift gate is destabilizing. This could rip open the entire sky. And we have no idea what's on the other side.
Taking a look at the rift gate once again, you're able to see a very minor change took place, simply changing the color of it from red to purple. And the reason for this is surprising, actually, because the rift gate has several different stages it goes through. The very first stage was the one where it was essentially completely turned off that we had for the first month of chapter 4. The second one was only here for a little while, actually being the red version. That was actually the first version of it being activated that we revealed earlier in this video. And then the third stage is the one you currently see on your screen right now, and it simply means that it's fully activated. It has the correct coordinates from the Oathbound. But this is simply just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, because there are actually 4 more stages, and you can see what these look like on your screen right now, with each one of them looking crazier and crazier. And this is leading up to something huge, not just the crack in the sky that I'll show you in a second, but leading up to that, the rift gate will start emitting some very, very creepy sound effects that you can hear right now. Things get even more interesting when you remember the Rift Warden said this could potentially rip open a hole in the sky. Well, it turns out that is actually what's going to be happening, and you can see exactly what it's going to look like on your screen right now, and it looks absolutely crazy. At first, it appears to be a rift of some form, but the closer and closer you get to it, you're actually able to see that there is a literal hole. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally noticed that this new rift in the sky looks very, very similar to all the way back in Chapter 1, Season X, where we had something similar in the sky, except this time it was actually a meteor, and inside of that meteor was a little pod, and inside of that pod actually arrived the scientist that has been missing from Fortnite for the last few months, ever since he was consumed by the chrome. But now, as we all know, Amy has actually reconstructed a body for herself and entered the rift gate in an attempt to go and retrieve the scientist. So maybe the new rift in the sky, looking very similar to the meteor in Season X, is actually a teaser that Amy was successful in her mission to retrieve him. Now, once the rift crack appears, the Rift Warden Stellan will actually go on to say this.
It's growing. I sleep without dreams. The shapeless man thinks he has won. He always said he imagined a world of perfect order. There is no room in a world like that for the likes of us.
I'm not sure if you caught it, but right there, the Rift Warden confirmed that the Shapeless Man is indeed actually the real Geno. We know this because he said he always imagined a world of perfect order, and you can't forget, Geno himself was actually responsible for starting the imagined order, before eventually deciding to leave it in the hands of Dr. Sloan. There's only one piece of the mystery remaining, and that is, eventually, the Rift Gate will end up destroyed, and you can see what that'll look like due to the images on your screen. Now, we're not really sure why this is gonna happen, but it is for sure gonna take place, as we don't just have images, but we also have some leaked audio files. As soon as the rift in the sky, or the hole in the sky, has officially appeared, I'm gonna make a tweet over my Twitter account at HomeAGamesYT, letting all of you guys know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.